Hello guys, welcome back to TTSM City in this London session. Basically, it's not the London session. It's actually it's about the um, Asian session. I would love to talk about the Asian session. By the way, how are you all? Just let me know if you can hear me. Everything is cool. Can you hear me? Can you hear the breathing sound from the risk disclaimer? I guess you can hear me. Yeah, thank you, Mani. Hey Rahul, how are you, brother? By the way, can hear. Thank you. Thank you so much, brother. I really would love to talk about the Asian session instead of the London session. Ah, mosquito. Mosquito wants to bite me. Not good. Okay. In Asian session, the most important thing is here. This 6 p.m. open and 4:59 close. Now, as you can see, today we don't have any nude opening gap. That doesn't mean we are not going to market. As per this opening gap, the nude opening, even if it is just one line, you have to mark that one line. This is important to determine your bias, which one is going to be taken first. So as you can see, I don't have any gap over there. So I will mark a line over there, which is I'll mark it as a new day opening gap. But this is the opening of new day, just a line. Where I got it from ICT's 2024 mentorship, by the way. Around the PM session, if you remember, around the PM session, we had this sell side liquidity here, and we had this trend line liquidity. I just removed the trend line liquidity because I actually don't trade the trend line liquidity. So here, this is that trend line liquidity. Okay, someone here. That was the trend line liquidity. I just removed it from my chart because I don't look at the trend line liquidity. Instead, that was my liquidity relatively equal lows over there. So I'm going to remove it from there. Above here, I have this clean buy side liquidity around that area. So clean. I mean something very clean. I already talked about the clean price. I mean clean highs. If you would love to mark the clean highs, how you should work this on. I have already talked about that, so I am not interested to go over there. That was that clean buy side liquidity from 1 minute chart, and this was the buy side liquidity from 15-minute chart. If you remember, that was the buy side liquidity from 15-minute chart. What the, yeah, there. When market open and it is below that, what to say, I mean the new opening, that was the sell side liquidity I was looking for around the PM session, by the way. Market open around 6 p.m. and then it is below that new opening gap. So what should I look for? Obviously for this sell side liquidity, I will wait for 7 p.m. Where is 7 p.m. here? I will wait for this around 7 p.m. Can market make any kind of setup around this area from the 7 p.m.? Now, if you look over here in this price action, market has taken that relatively equal highs over there. Some buy side liquidity from 1 minute chart has taken, and that was so clean. See this high and that high, clean buy side liquidity. Market clearly here. That buy side liquidity has taken over there exactly inside that 7 p.m. line. Inside that line, it has provided me the market structure shift. That was the market structure shift. This low has been shifted over there with displacement. I don't know, can you see it or not? Here, market structure shift inside that 7 p.m. kill zone. Now, I told that if market doesn't take the sell side liquidity before the PM session, I mean, if market take the sell side liquidity in this PM session, then this is going to be my obvious buy side liquidity from 1 minute chart. That was my obvious buy side liquidity. I will go for that. What to say? I mean that buy side liquidity around the Asian session. Above this buy side liquidity, obviously I have this buy side liquidity as well. But here, when market didn't take that sell side liquidity and market is below this new opening gap, remember I had both buy side and sell side liquidity. Both of them was obvious to me. Both of them. I didn't know which one is going to be taken first. This one, that one. When market is below this new day opening gap and I got this setup inside the 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. kill zone, I would love to go for that sell first. When I got this market structure shift, I'm going to remove this line. This is that 7 p.m. line. Here is my fair value gap. I have to mark that fair value gap over here. This is my fair value gap. Okay. Now, as you can see, market didn't trade this fair value gap immediately over here. This candle failed to trade this fair value gap. Now, there can be two things. First, if you want to take the close approximately entry, maybe you will be able to enter into the market. If you don't do that, maybe you will lose the market. I mean, you will miss the trade. But as this is the Asian session, you should not look for the precision. After that setup, I really don't know you will miss it or not. If you ask me, yes, I would miss this one. I wouldn't be able to catch that one because that was the, you know, it didn't tap to this fabric up, so I would miss that one. Target is 10 to 15 handle, so I'll go for 15 handle. Okay, something like that, 14 to 15 handle. That could be my first trade. My target would be here, this sell side liquidity. Even if I miss this one, I would love to wait for another setup. If market can make another setup from 1 minute chart inside the 10 p.m. kill zone until this sell side liquidity is not taken. I would wait to see market can take some liquidity. Then you can see this is the candle which has taken all the liquidity. All of this liquidity has taken over here. All I need a lower market structure shift. If I get another lower market structure shift, I'll go for that trade. My target will be 10 to 15 handle. This candle has taken again the buy side liquidity before giving me the lower market structure shift. There is no lower market structure shift. Liquidity taken, but no lower market structure shift. Come back again here, take one more buy side liquidity. Still it is below this line. Until it is below this line, I'm only interested to look for sell. Got market structure shift, fair value gap, would love to take my entry over there. I'll tell you why it is not also valid. If I do that, my stop loss has to be there, which is near about 17 handle. I'm not interested to take that entry. Stop loss should be above this one, because my I would love to go for 1:1. Otherwise I have to put the stop loss around here or here or here. I have the last fair value gap over there. Now, can I take the entry from there? Is that an entry fair value gap or something? No, sir. There is no entry fair value gap. Your entry fair value gap, this is the liquidity line, so you can skip this fair value gap, but still this is your entry fair value gap. It has provided you the entry over there, but there was no market structure shift. Either way, this setup I won't be able to catch that one. May come here one more time, take the liquidity, no market structure shift. If this candle could shifted the market, I would be able to catch my setup from there. Okay, from this fair value gap here, in that fair value gap, I would be catch that sell from this fair value gap if that was the market structure shift. Stop loss is going to be above the sell side liquidity here, 13 handle. Still I'm cool with that. We'll love to target, I mean, 12 to 15 handle. I don't know exactly what should I target, but 12 to 15 handle, whatever I will get around this area, I'll just target over there. But you can see it has provided you 31 handle. No, sir, I won't go for that one. Anything between 12 to 14 handle. Market tried lot of time to take this sell side liquidity, failed. Then after 10 p.m., so this is the 10 p.m. which has finished over there. What is your 10 p.m.? That is your 10 p.m. I guess here. That is your 10 p.m. After 10 p.m., all of this price action, I really don't care. All of this price action until 10:30, I'm cool. But yeah, otherwise I'm not okay. Then market in the midnight, it went higher and it has taken all of this buy side liquidity. Look at this run. Do you expect this run around the midnight or around the Asian session? Do you expect this run around there? Or do you expect this type of run around the New York AM session where there will be volatility, or the PM session? What do you expect? If you think that this type of run you expect around the New York AM session or the New York PM session, because where you should expect the volatility, perfect. You are in normal position. Okay, you are not behaving weird. But if you think this is the entry you should look for in the midnight and it is normal to you, I'm so sorry, sir. I'm not able to talk to you guys. Okay. So that was the Asian session. If you can able to catch some move from the Asian session by depending on that new day opening gap, if market is below the new day opening gap and you have some obvious liquidity left from the PM session, remember, obvious liquidity left from the PM session, it is better if it is just one sided. If it is both sided, it is little complicated, but if it is one sided, for example, that was my obvious liquidity, there is no sell side liquidity, I would just wait to see market can close above the new opening cap, then can make a setup over there for that buy side liquidity. That is the best case of scenario. But still, if you have two obvious liquidity which is left from the PM session, you will use that this concept depending on that new day opening cap. How long it is going to work? I guess uh, until the election, because after the election market is not going to leave the liquidity around the PM session. It is going to be taken around the PM session. But as because of the election, I hope so. I think so. Because of the election, market is actually leaving the liquidity from the PM session. Otherwise, it is not okay. So 82, what time is the opening gap? There is no gap. There is just a line. Outlander. There is just a line. This is that 459 close, 6 open. There is no gap. See this two line, no gap here. So you have to just mark a line. You just need the opening price. In all, you have to just mark the opening line, opening price, or opening gap. If there is any gap, you will determine your bias depending on that gap. If market is above that gap, you will only look for buy. If market is below this gap, you will look for sell from 7 p.m. exactly from 7 p.m. No entry is valid before 7 p.m. 4:59 p.m. 6 p.m. There is a gap. There should be a gap. If there is no gap, there should be a line. The 6 p.m. open. Wherever the market will open around 6 p.m. If there is no gap, then there will be a line. The 6 p.m. opening line. Entry is valid between 7 to 10. Exactly from 7. If the setup has created 6:59. 6:59, that is your entry point. No, sir, that is not valid. It has to be at least at 7. 1 minute before 7, no, sir, I'm not agree with that. You can go for that, but I'm not agree with that. If it is after 7, perfect. Market is below this line or the gap. If there is any gap, market provide you any gap around this area. If market is below this one and you have some liquidity left from the PM session that was obvious to you, you are thinking that market should take that liquidity from the PM session. It has only taken that trend line liquidity. Remember that trend line liquidity? It has taken that trend line liquidity and then it has traded until this area, went higher around this area. Okay, that trend line liquidity I showed in the PM session Discord, if you remember. That was that trend line. How beautiful the trend line liquidity was there here somewhere. So beautiful trend line liquidity. Okay, and yeah, that was the thing. If you think there is a buy side liquidity that was obvious to you from the PM session, then you will wait to see price above that line. If market is above that line, you will start to target that buy side liquidity in the kill zone, 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. kill zone. So there was pretty much some sell opportunity here for this sell side liquidity. Market didn't take that sell side liquidity exactly. Instead, it has built the liquidity. Then it has traded this this area. Now I need the London session. Need that 15-minute chart. So you can see this buy side liquidity from 1 minute chart, that 15-minute buy side liquidity from 1 minute chart has taken. Yesterday I told that, let me remove this one as well. Okay. Yesterday I told that when market is falling, I don't have anything very specific. Why? Because market is not reversing from some kind of a specific level. So my nearest higher time frame PDRA is this new week opening gap. I'm able to frame a sell from this new week opening gap, but now market reach until this gap. See this gap from 15-minute chart, it has reached until that gap. Now my question is, this London session, did it provide any kind of setup to you, brother? Let's check that one. I would love to look for the relatively equal highs or relatively equal lows from 1 p.m. So this is that candle. Okay, where I will start to look for relatively equal highs or relatively equal lows. You can see around 1 p.m. market started to go higher until this candle close. So this candle is the candle 230. In 1 minute, this is going to close around 244. Remember, 244 is the closing of this candle. 244. Remember that line. Until this candle closed, I didn't have any relatively equal highs or relatively equal lows. Every liquidity has taken and this candle has closed over there. If you look on your left, there is a swing high, this high and that high. They are relatively equal highs. No sir, it has taken the liquidity. No sir, it didn't take the liquidity. It went through this high, that swing high, not a single high, that swing high. It went through this swing high by the shallow run, that is just the wick, which is my obvious liquidity for later. At the same time, this high has traded higher time frame PDRA, that means 15-minute fair value gap. Listen carefully, okay? Until this candle closed, I have nothing to do in this market, just nothing to do. When I have seen that it has made that relatively equal highs, trade that higher time frame PDRA, I will be in 1 minute chart. What is in my mind? Oh, by the way, it is inside the session 2 p.m. to 5 p.m. in that kill zone. 2 p.m. 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. New York local time in that kill zone. It has made that relatively equal highs, trade that fair value gap. I'll go step by step and you will see if I'm wrong. Now, this candle has closed when 244. Remember that line. So this is that 244 candle. When this candle closed over there, what did I get? Confirmation of that relatively equal highs. Market has made that relatively equal highs. When I got that, exactly closing of this candle, exactly here. So I have nothing to do here right now. Exactly there. What did I get? Relatively equal highs. Did it trade any higher time frame PDRA? Yes, sir. It has traded the higher time frame PDRA. What do I need? Market structure shift, fair value gap, 15 handle run. Can I use the inversion fair value gap? Absolutely, you can use it if you want because it is little risky, but still you can go for that. You can take a try. If you are if you know what you are doing, what is wrong with that to take a 10 handle loss? What is wrong with that to take that 10 handle loss? So that candle when it has closed around 244, I would love to use this on, put my stop loss above the liquidity level. See this liquidity level? Going to target that 15 handle. Where is my 15 handle? Here is my 15 handle. The problem is if I would love to use this inversion fair value gap, my stop loss is going to be 27 handle. I don't like it. I want at least 15 handle. That is going to be my 1:1. What I'm looking for, only sell, no buy. Why? Market has made that relatively equal highs. So I would love to look for sell only. No buy is valid for me. I'm unable to use this inversion fair value gap because of the stop loss. Can I put it below here? Around this area, it's gonna be 1:1. I don't prefer it. I don't prefer it. In London session, I prefer put the stop loss above the high which has taken some kind of liquidity. So it has taken the liquidity from 1 minute chart. All of this liquidity has taken by that specific high. Why I am going to wait until that high? I have already told you this from 15 minutes chart. Why I'm waiting until this high? So I'm not interested to use this inversion travel cap as my entry. Instead, I would love to wait to see if it can make another setup, if it can give me another setup, another market structure shift. Let me mark it. There is the breakaway gap. This is the breakaway gap. And very entry fair value gap, market structure shift, entry is there, stop loss is going to cover at least this breakaway gap, at least target is 15 handle. Where is your 15 handle? But brother, I have the uh, new week opening gap, so I'm framing my sell setup from that new week opening gap. Is that acceptable? In the London session, I told that new week opening gap, new day opening gap, you should not care about them. Okay, so here this is my trade, at least this is my trade. Now still the stop loss is 23 handle, but brother, I can go for the 1:1. So 23 handle to 23 handle, still it hit my target. No sir, I'm not interested for 23 handle, I'm only interested for 15 handle. If it provided me 15 handle, I'll go for that. If it doesn't provide me 15 handle, I'm not going to take that entry. What else I can do? if you know what you are doing and if you are ready to leave that run go, that means if it doesn't provide me, I'm not going to take that entry. In that type of situation, you can wait for this breakaway gap entry, and from there, this is the liquidity taken run, not that one. Now this is not my liquidity taken, this is the market structure shift. Before that, market went higher, it has taken some kind of highs or anything over there, so this is a liquidity taken run. Until there, your target is going to be the same 15 handle. What is your 15 handle? Just for example, this is your 15 handle, you can take that on. But in that type of situation, you have to you have to understand that you can miss that trade. Maybe market will never come again to the last parabolic gap. It is very very risky. What I actually do in this type of situation, what I do, I take an entry over here. If the stop loss is too big, I take the entry over there. I cover only the entry parabolic gap. If it is more than 15 handle, or I mean 20 handle, I'm just talking about the New York session, as I don't trade the London session. In New York session, my extreme liquidity is 20 handles. So if I see, if I cover that breakaway gap, it is going to be more than 20 handles. Then I cover this one, this area. I just covered that one, and whatever is my target, I put my target over there. Wherever is my target, okay, I put my target over there. Then I wait to see what is going to happen. If I get stopped out over here, for example, I got stopped out because my stop loss was too tight. I know why got stopped out, because my stop loss was too tight. So what I do, when I get stopped out, market come back again, closed below this parabolic gap one time, the next time below this entry parabolic gap, wherever it has closed, I take my entry from there. Stop loss is going to be the same area, target will be the same. Where was that? Here, target will be the same. I do this type of things actually over here. Whatever my target is, okay, I will just target the same area. If I get stopped out, or if I put the stop loss. Now you are not ready to take the uh how to say, I mean the losing trade. Actually, I didn't eat my lunch, so my mother just came, boil a egg, put it into my mouth. I was unable to talk. That's why I just muted. Sorry. Okay. So there was my selling opportunity over here. Either way, you can see this is a liquidity taking session. So market is actually taking the liquidity, and if it is taking the liquidity, I'm just not interested to trade over there. But yeah, we'll read the price, see if it can provide us any kind of setup or not. That was my selling opportunity, which I'm unable to take. So this London session, I'm unable to take a sell, though it has provided me that 15 handle. but I'm unable to take that entry. I admit that if I'm not able to trade in that specific session. And now you can see it was floating. Okay, it was floating. Now it's not floating anymore. It came here to that certain level, it went higher, trade some kind of certain area. That means parabolic up or something. It has traded the some kind of parabolic. So all of this price is not floating anymore. It keep its leg on the earth. It it use its hand to the roof. Okay, so it is now it got the support.